It's strange to dream in Ravenloft. It's less dreaming and more just visions swimming before your eyes. Loholt doesn't get to experience it. In fact, he hasn't had a dream since Trelyle spoke to him last through the nightmares. He instead stands watching his friends rest as he manipulates time to give them every advantage they can get to still catch up to the Weavebreaker that they know is on the same path as they are, while Melf engages in nice conversation with Firenze Alhonen from Oerth, as it happens. He knew you by reputation, but not necessarily by name, which you understand is because you weren't alive when he was on Oerth. Yes. So he had heard of you tangentially, likely through the fact that he knows Melf's acid arrow, and that's kind of connected the dots. To which he compliments you, by the way. Yes, you go a little bit about the difference between Melf's acid arrow, of how it used to be done, how it's kind of evolved, how it is, you talk about the various different, of course, you're doing it. And you have learned that he seems to have additional information about this Weavebreaker, something that is so tantalizing that he just won't let it go unless you could give him just a little bit more, but that was beyond your comfort level at the stage. He has asked you to go to Kalidnay to retrieve the Orb of Kalidnay, which he says is in the empty districts of Kalidnay City itself.
I will share, absolutely, all the information, including the fact that he appears to have been trapped here for some time, this Ferran fellow. In the hundreds of years, I'm guessing, that he has been here. Because he referenced countries that have long ago disappeared on Oerth. And the wine was quite inferior, as it hadn't been aged properly. However,
glad we got our priorities straight.
Yes, well, it was a dead giveaway. No one would drink that vintage willingly. However, he did hint that he had some vital piece of information that may give us an advantage on the Weavebreaker. However, he wanted to read my memories. I fear that I have knowledge of how to travel out of the Dreadlands, that he may either sell to others and unleash some wickedness upon the multiverse, or at the very least, himself be able to return and get out of here. He is morally corrupt, and I do not feel comfortable releasing this information, but I wanted to at least share with you in case there was some counter-argument on why we should allow this potential danger out.
I think we might have a chance to get more information from him if we complete this mission. Like, let's find another way to try and earn his favor.
I agree. Also, let's put a pin in that so I can maybe tap into your knowledge through divination and see if you can remember how to get out. Okay. Maybe we can draw that out of you with a nice reading.
As I said, I think Melf also might be concerned that he knows a lot of very modern, arcane passages, and this Firan fellow does seem to be quite an accomplished archmage. Yes. And he might be able to, it's you know what I mean? Yeah, you don't know.
I am giving information to a dangerous fellow.
I'm just saying we might have something else to bargain with.
I think we have something we could bargain with you'd be interested in. Although I don't know how dangerous it would be leaving it here.
Fair enough.
The Rank Dagger.
Yes.
But to the task at hand.
Are you sure you want to give that up?
To a mage? I mean, it seemed like you up with the same. I think we could give it to.
Yeah. Oh.
He would keep it protected.
Yes, he was no fan of Rennick. But
he does collect, you're right. He's collecting unusual, dangerous artifacts.
Might be something
where I'll just put it in his vault. Yeah, I think it's a good thought, kid.
For what purpose, though? But yes, that's the word. Yes.
Continue.
All right, you feel refreshed. Well, everyone who's not Loholt feels refreshed.
So 2 levels of exhaustion is -4.
That's right. -4 to all D20 tests.
I will touch Loholt and using my ring, and you have 1 level of exhaustion.
Let's skip. That's -2.
That's right.
For all D20 tests.
I did lost. I'll definitely, just say thanks. That's miraculous. I still don't understand how you do that.
Neither do I.
I could draw this information possibly from your brain and figure it out. Just say, not when we're in a hurry.
But you've raised a good point. Before we enter this next place, it would be remiss of us to not have a reading.
Yes.
Oh,
We should definitely. Why are we not getting
And I believe that Mel should have got the deck this time, seeing as though this is his information at hand. And you can cut it to the upside down stock.
why are you cursing success?
You would have no one to blame but yourself.
While she's shuffling or going about that, I got something for you. Oops. And for you, that whistle got me thinking. They're whistles. That is an eagle whistle. And if you blow on it, you can fly at twice your movement speed.
Wouldn't use my Pegasus.
You can keep that up for 5 rounds plus 1, plus your 5 times your Constitution modifier.
5 times.
5 times your modifier.
Or 15 rounds.
15 rounds, and it's got 3 charges of 15 rounds.
So this doubles my movement speed.
And
So that's like a move action would be
120 feet.
so I could move and dash.
I just kind of thought, I just kind of thought you might
A straight line.
kind of thought you might find it useful.
What does
Same thing.
Oh,
I thought you might, since, you haven't been using your room as much, I thought you might. Now, yours only lets you go twice your movement speed, but till 60.
When all throws to take off, I just go down, put his fist in the grass, like dun 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 dun.
I look like two. I had
I had a little time to work on a few things, so it's good to see what else I got cooked up here.
tiny little arms.
So, that's called an eagle whistle.
You go see.
I thought it was gonna summon it.
I was like, yeah, Josh, eagle. They're just passing in like you.
If it's a bad reading, we know what happened.
Okay,
It's all the bull card. Bull.
we are journeying in. Oh, I can speak to Kalidnay.
The dread domain of Kalidnay.
Yeah, Kalidnay. That is
And we
correct.
can let it will be called Kalidnay.
We are going to see what is going to be lying before us, what obstacles, what we need to do, and what is the result as we have been doing this whole time. And so first, our main obstacle is going to be a growth of energy. We remember when we were in Athas that there is some terribleness when certain types of magic is used. What do you need to do to draw that energy for your magic? This is going to be an obstacle.
Pelin with you, you strut in it.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
The already exhausted pellet just drained me about the rest of my hit dice.
So this is something to please take note of. If you have forgotten, how could any of us forget? But that is the case here, our main obstacle going. Funny enough, I am seeing some glowing objects. I don't know what this orb looks like, but there are glowing eggs on this card.
I mean, it looks like an orb. Spherical.
But if you look at the circle orb in the middle, that's housing the sword in the middle, is unbelievable.
It is housing a sword. There is a bunch of spheres that has a sword in the center. What do we need to do?
Oh, no.
This is the defense card. The defense card is turned over. Again, look at it from another perspective. Our normal defenses are not going to work here. We need to think about whatever we come across in a different way.
Strike first. Strike hard. No mercy.
Perhaps.
The best defense is good offense situation.
Normally, we do sit and try to talk our way out of some things. Perhaps that will not.
Well, Bright Flame, you might get exactly what you're looking at.
What will become of all of this? Okay, this is the resilience card. It is also topsy-turvy, which means that our resilience is going to be shaken here. We are not necessarily going to come out of this in a good way. The imagery here is a fox. The fox usually symbolizes intelligent, wit, wisdom, cunning.
We've been outfoxed.
That may be something that we are no longer have that ability on us, or feeling like we had the upper hand. We may not come out of this in that way as usual. Something to take note of. I don't know if this helps or hurts, but this is what we have.
Take a photo. All right.
Commit this to your memory.
Yes.
I am committing it to my memory.
Call me on the spot.
Oh, very interesting. I have a question for you all. I trust that in your traversing the mist, you have been walking, at least, traveling to the edge of the domain borders and then traversing the mist. Would you like a bit of a shortcut?
What did it cost up to the day?
I can take you to the edges of Tovag. No problem there. What I can't do is get you through the mists. But I believe you have a solution for that. It would allow you to bypass any of Gas's daggers. Yes, patrol quite extensively.
We accept this offering
Thank you so much.
freely. Thank you.
You're so generous.
All it costs is a little bit of magic, which I'll get back very shortly. So, very well. Are you ready then to retrieve my orb?
We are.
We are.
Yes.
Very well. And let's open a gate. There you are.
I'll go through.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. All
right. You emerge directly at the edge of the mists. You can still hear the sound of marching soldiers. The smell of sulfur once again blasts against you, and the sort of the ashen kind of just dullness of the air. That soot kind of just choking ever so slightly. And in the whirling of the mist, you can just hear sort of like the sort of steel, like the whistling of blades. It's just very off in the distance.
We must go.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah.
I open the mists. We will enter
To Kalidnay.
to Kalidnay. Really quickly, when this orb was being described, you described its history and everything, but do I recall what it actually does that we are handing to this guy?
No,
I don't know what it does.
don't know what it does.
We should mention that in your 3-hour nap, we still need to burn 1 resource from my curse.
You know that it is an obsidian sphere.
I can.
Anyone?
I'll burn a scroll.
Okay, so I have one. You have one. You have 2.
I'm out it. I used my...
Scrolls?
No, sorry. So you still get your scroll. I used my 2 scrolls for the long rest. We're good.
Okay.
Even with Elminster's high history check, it's one of those artifacts that's just too difficult to know about from his perspective.
Once we get it, I'm sure that...
I will know. Maybe I can think about it over our journey, if you will allow me.
Perhaps. I mean, Sorcerer King sounds like a nice guy. It's probably, I don't know, makes the lane green.
Ibn Orbs, sorcerers,
You lost me.
Maybe when I see it.
Nice guy.
How about this? Maybe when I see it, it will jog my memory.
It's quite possible. It's going to be a 7-hour journey through the mists once again.
Now we need 2 more resources. A spell
Okay.
and a scroll, or a couple of spells?
I have a scroll. You have a scroll. That's just right.
Yep. So we'll have 1 left after this, and you'll be out.
I don't.
We're done. Keep on 1 last scroll.
Taylor, you want to drop a remove curse on him? Say from a scroll?
Okay.
I'll do that.
All right.
Sure.
He gets spell
Take your
sure rest.
lie about it.
all right, I'll have 2. You've erased, in fact,
I could do that in the middle of the thing.
And then take a short rest.
Yeah,
Since we've said we can take short rests in the mist.
because
Yeah,
I
we've
did
got
not
with-
blow any high-level slots. So I need the short rest, not the...
Okay.
Because I keep running into that. We couldn't use our magic.
So we got our scrolls taken care of.
Yep.
Because I'm just saying, we got the power of Elminster.
We do.
Elminster.
By the rules of
Elminster.
Elminster's are his right.
All right. Journeying once again through the mists. This is getting pretty familiar, unfortunately, but it's probably the most boring travel.
Are we there yet?
At least when you're traversing something like Oerth or Toril, you got a countryside to look at.
This is the worst vacation ever.
Now, the more we travel through the mist, the more Elminster will master their secrets. So he will soon be able to just...
We have not, while he has been a little quiet, we have not understood it's because he's soaking up every detail.
But eventually, the ground beneath you begins to be a little less solid and a little more sandy, a little more crack.
I hate this place.
The room temperature of the air of the mist starts to get warm, and then it gets uncomfortably warm, and then it gets even warmer.
Does anyone have an ability to help here?
Personally,
Yeah, unfortunately, same here. I'm taken care of, but I don't have a...
I'm taken care of, but I don't think I have any crappy else.
Elise, you're in the lead, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As the mists begin to pull back, Elise, you immediately begin to sink into silt beneath you at a rapid speed as everyone else behind you immediately notices you have walked into a sea of silt. Up ahead, there is a plateau that rises above the silt sea where you can make out buildings and you can kind of hear the sounds of comings and goings of people and the faint echoing of shouts just of city life. But the sun above, the crimson orb that blasts the intense heat down at you, feels like it's pushing you deeper into the ground as the silt begins to absorb you into its depths.
How fast does this happen?
It'll happen in approximately 1 round.
I tossed my ever-smoking pipe.
Yeah, I will scream,
Yep.
grab onto it. I try to catch it.
No, I think that's fine.
Okay. And I start screaming, be careful! As I rise up out of it, shaking it off my body. Do not step here. Can I identify from this height at least a discoloration in the ground or
The entirety of all the terrain around you is a silt sea.
Mhm.
Oh.
And it's now in all of your nooks and crannies of your clothes, which would
I'm
probably
not doing the quote.
as I say, it probably wouldn't bother Elise very much, but
No. Be careful where you step. Do not go any further. We need to get over. What is the distance?
miles.
Miles.
I got a carpet for one.
I can fly.
And I have the staff and 2 ever-smoking pipes, so I can help 2 other people.
They want
Can we go miles with that?
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh, on either. And you have been
I get my back well. He's half depleted because he
No. Just pipe. Just levitate and then
Okay.
hold onto the spear or the...
Don't waste it just
Yeah,
in case.
carpet's got a Algier serum. That's just a carpet. That's just what cases.
Okay.
I can show you the world.
Oh,
Is anyone here not resistant to fire?
I'm looking for ways to become.
I suppose
I am not resistant.
if we had discussed this, I think there's absorb energy or something like that.
Absorb elements is very low power. You want something a little higher up, like investiture of fire or something like that.
There's got to be a spell like resistance or something we can use.
There is a spell, but it's higher up. I don't think you would have access to it.
No, I don't. I'm not at all my spell list. I think I have resistance.
You're looking for energy resistance.
Energy resistance.
I think it's 4th or 5th level. It's up there. It's not a very common spell though. It's
Protection from energy, maybe?
that's it. Yeah, protection from energy.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What high level spell is that?
It's only 3rd level.
Oh,
But what classes?
I like that.
not bard,
Not cleric,
not paladin.
which is weird.
Okay, I guess while we're resting, if you mention this, and they'll allow me, I'll figure it out.
I think MILF is intelligent enough to maybe think that perhaps that might be a good spell to have.
All right. What do I want to unprepare? We're probably not going to play safe first. There you go. All right. It's a concentration spell, though, so just to...
Well, we'll at least get him to the sit.
Oh,
There you go. There you go. Let me cast protection from energy on you.
no, I do have protection from energy. I'm sorry.
Well, apparently I've already cast it. So there you go.
I
Just glare.
That's what I need it for me too. So there we go.
I've earned this. All right.
He was like,
I really didn't see though. I was like, why is it on there? I said, apparently not for cleric, which is weird. Well, because I did have it. Listen. This is not an alphabetical.
But as you rise above the silt sea, you can see up ahead, a couple miles away, there is this large rocky plateau with really no vegetation upon it. It's just yellow and red and orange and occasionally some shades of brown. You can see a city upon the edge of the silt sea, a massive gorge carved into the side of it that the silt sea kind of fills up. And where that silt is in that gorge, you can see just kind of movement undulating beneath it. But the plateau itself is ahead, and you can easily begin to make your way there. I will say for you, Loholt, the heat is intense until Melf kind of just traces a couple of sigils. Now, that is a third.
No, I'm going to do it before we do this. How long does it last for?
And
a minute or something.
an hour, hour with concentration, if I recall correctly.
All right,
Which I probably couldn't cast in the.
I'm going to say probably not.
Yeah.
That is an arcane spell. Are you going to defile, or are you going to...
It's hit dice, right?
If you wish to use the spell in a form that is not defilement, you will need to expend hit dice equivalent to the spell level. If you wish to defile, you may draw energy from the living things around you, including the ground. Which I don't believe you've done before.
I haven't, and I'm thinking here it's probably not a great idea.
So you took it from my hit dice last time, right? You could draw it from your allies?
The last time someone tried to draw it from you, it was not hit dice, it was damage.
The chronic damage?
Yes.
Yeah, do that.
I'm resistant to chronic damage.
That doesn't damage you, it would damage whoever you're drawing.
Because you have to,
I'm
you
resistant.
have to draw,
Yeah.
and for anybody that
All right, yes. Sorry about that.
something else.
But yes, I will draw it from him.
Okay. What's your name? 3d10, please. Roll 3d10.
Wow. A 10 and a 1, so 11 and 7. 18.
So 9. I have resistance to the chronic damage.
Okay.
And then I will use the last of my d10s from my boon, since I couldn't get the restore, just to give some of that back. I rolled 5. I've taken a total of 4 damage, should give me protection from being exhausted from fire. Thank you.
A word.
Semantic, but again,
So, Melf, as you reach over to Loholt and you just kind of drain some of his life force, and while he's kind of just
haven't done enough, you guys.
and the energy surges into you, you actually can cast at 4th level if that gives you any benefit.
Let's see what I'm casting it there. Sure.
Might make you cast it in a second person.
Yeah, let's do it.
Which I don't know if there's a benefit in this case.
Well, I mean, she wouldn't have to use spell slot.
But sure.
It is a good benefit.
Let's see.
Not that I want to take the damage, but I will.
It doesn't give
No, it wouldn't.
Well, it is cast at 4th level, regardless, but it still costs your 3rd level slot. And Elise, you see those mists that have been tantalizing the way around Melv just get a little closer.
How are you flying? I'm flying it. So we're going across, and I will turn to you as we are flying through the air and say, Melf, if you use your powers for evil here, you are going to be noticed. If you are harming anybody for your own selfish gain, you will be noticed, even though you are trying to protect Loholt in this way by using spells here and draining his life force to do so. You are getting noticed for harming him. Do you remember that wolfy guy that was just trying to protect his people and trying to do the right thing, but in doing so he was harming other people? That is getting noticed and keeping him here. I see the dark powers still looking at you even harder.
Truly a conundrum. I must be more careful, even when I'm aiding with the will of someone else.
Remember my reading. Remember what I said about drawing energy. We should not be doing too much of that it was something that was going to harm us.
Indeed.
Appreciate it, though.
I do appreciate that you were saying all this while hanging
It's an episodic science.
It's true. That's the new drink.
Eberron, it's not what his wreck falls. It's every time he blocks the camera with his hand.
Yeah, that is the new drink. Everybody watching, whenever he hits or covers the camera, take a shot. I apologize. Please leave your keys in a bowl.
I just say, yeah, we do not, we here at Six Sides of Gaming do not necessarily condone or dare agree with this.
So really get your keys in a bowl and kind of mean the different thing. It's all right.
I was hoping that would get triggered.
I used to over here dance with the one that brought Jordan the pineapple upside down and that's her go there inside that scene of the group.
Last day I feel like you.
All right. Now, sailing through the sky over the sea of silt, you do see like kind of worm bodies going to come up and out of the silt every now and again below you.
So if I were to draw a defile from these creatures, would that still be seen as an evil?
Are you arming the land?
Yes, but it's an evil creature.
Look, Ravenloft is a place where there are shades of gray. You have to do certain things in order to get stuff accomplished, but you need to keep a balance.
How
Please
crazy.
be careful.
I hear the sounds that are coming out of your mouth, but I still don't understand the shades of gray. It's a trilogy, and there's 50 of them.
There's about 50 of them, yes.
All right. Anyway,
Yes. My only then question to you is, you can see the city of Kalidnay approach before you as you sail through the air. There is a large portion of it remains what appears to be decay. It is falling apart. The masonry is dilapidating. Rocks are crumbling. Cracks have formed. And in the center is this beautifully very intricately carved and intentionally designed ziggurat that rises above the center, two piercing edges along the top, these sort of crescents that rise along the top. And the ziggurat is completely cracked all the way down the middle, and it has split and pulled apart in two different directions. And this seems to be some sort of central focal point that the city was built around. But while the ziggurat itself is in such disrepair, so too do many of the buildings. And during your approach, as you are very noticeably sailing through the sky, what is your plan of arrival?
well, we're looking for something that would be identifiable as the empty district.
Yes.
Is there a place that looks uninhabited? Or
I would ask for a perception, but I feel like you're able to scan from a bird's eye view. But go ahead and give me perception anyway, just to see if anything additional.
happy to do so. 24.
Okay. So one thing you do see is that right at the edge of that gorge, where the Sea of Silk merges with the city, there is a massive constructed coliseum, and the sand itself seems to be like a permanent shade of red, as if it's just like it's been used so much they just can't get it out. And you can see like some sort of fight going on as people are stabbing into each other, and there's a cheer from the crowd, and they're kind of going back and forth. You also see several what can be guards, you would assume, moving about on some of the walls and up and down streets that are dressed completely in black with sort of this helmet that's been crafted almost like a veil that covers their eyes, although you imagine they can still see quite well through it. There is also several other districts, but you do notice one district that seems a lot more run down than the rest of the city, despite the fact that it is all in mostly crumbles.
I'll point out and shout, that looks like an empty district. Perhaps we should alight there.
Good. So are you diving directly into the city?
I mean,
Do we see like giant ballistas?
No, you do see several guards posted that are walking up around.
well, to be drawing attention no matter what. We know this.
Yeah, beeline it. Just warp speed.
I think get in, get the thing, get out.
Yeah.
And if we go another route, we're going to have to negotiate with guards to get in.
We've had enough talking. Yes, we're just going to fly.
Okay. Are you wanting to attempt to fly casually or silently or stealthily or something like that?
We're just going to float over. There's no way that's going to happen.
Sounds, I mean, yeah.
We're literally soaring through the air, holding.
Unless we all go invisible.
The sun is sharply visible.
We can go invisible, but remember,
The sun at 9's
device.
Plus, I'm also a disco ball right now because I'm glinting.
Yeah, you heard Clint saying this. Oh, people look up and they're like, this is blind.
My guy with a bunch of metal. You're like,
blind treasure. No, you're a meteor. It's a portent.
Okay.
You are very valuable right now.
Yeah. Okay. We better just go quickly. Yeah. We're just right now. Go. Yeah. Center of the empty district.
I just thought of something I could do.
Okay. You will notice a couple of those black veiled guards kind of like, what? Like, as you fly and you start seeing them kind of like alert people and you hear bells begin to ring up. Yeah, you're on very borrowed time at this point. But you do settle down in the center of a rather dilapidated part of the city. It is
Not quick.
pretty much like, again, as most of the city seem to be deserted. And I'll say as you get closer, as you come down, you see this size of the city is massive. There's oases that kind of like run through it, and there's somewhat of a thing, but you don't see any farms. You don't see any way to farm. You don't see any way to have food at all. In fact, way off in the distance, you can make out a road that leads further down the plateau, and you can kind of make out sort of the faintest dots of perhaps another civilization. And you do see a little bit more of the sand and the desert gets a little greener further out that direction. But for the most part, this entire city seems to be completely barren and devoid of the amount of life that should live here. Based on its size, it is maybe a quarter of the population that it would have had in its height.
Understood.
But as you descend down into what you believe to be the empty districts, you alight upon what seems to have at one point been a thriving neighborhood, but is now just full of ruined, boarded up buildings and homes and places that don't seem to have really much about them at all. Shadows loom on almost every corner, despite the fact that the sun shines ever so brightly and hot. And
Shadows, it is in the effects, not the creatures.
right, so and you do kind of get the sense that someone's watching you from somewhere.
Okay. I think, does anyone have a way to detect where this Ebon Orb of Kalidnay is?
I don't know it, so I can't do it.
That's me neither. All right, so using my elven lineage, I'm going to try to tap into a detect magic.
Okay.
Elven lineage, so
I got it, yeah. So this is an innate feature, so there is no defilement needing to happen here.
Fantastic.
So the benefit is that you can hold on to this for a while. The second benefit is that there's one thing you do notice that is strange, but the rest of it is, there's basically nothing here. So you can just start walking around trying to see what you can find. But the one thing you do notice is that the very ground you stand on is sort of filled with magic, but it is slowly leaching downwards. Like very, very slowly. But you can kind of see the ebb and the flow of magic. And even as you kind of stand down, you don't feel anything, but you can see the magic of your own body kind of just slowly being pulled into the ground and beneath it. Not enough to cause any problems, but you start the long-term effects.
Slow magic leeching effect. Sorry, when I use this ability, even though it's an concentration feature, it is a concentration spell, so it's probably beginning to be a little more free.
So yeah, all of a sudden, just the sun almost hits you like a bludgeoning implement.
Perhaps we should get size buildings under the sun.
Okay, give me an investigation check then as you begin to move quickly and scour the various.
I will use a luck point to gain advantage, which is good because it's now at 38.
Okay.
A natural 20.
As you look around, you do notice that things slink out of the shadows kind of as you begin to pass, as your elven senses pick up movement and you see various other folk. You imagine that there is likely a group of people who would live in this district who are a little wary of intruders, but
I'll certainly alert everyone to that.
you also believe that it's very rare for a group of people so heavily armed as yourselves to be wandering this part of the city.
We haven't seen my other way, so I'm very much a glint.
Yeah. That tells you something about maybe the power level of those who live here, right?
Are any of them relatively close by?
If you wanted to try to like rush and grab one or something like that,
Yeah, I'll send you enough.
yeah.
Okay, I'll run up and grab one. Just be like, you.
It's pretty easy. You grab like this, what looks to be like a teenager of some sort. It's like, I don't have anything for you.
Boy, I'm looking for a black orb. Where is it?
I don't know nothing about no orb, sir.
Sphere. Round ball that is black.
You see his eyes kind of squint as he kind of like looks you up and down. He mainly looks at your ears, and you see like fear well in his eyes, something as if he's just seen some nightmare beast from his.
I'll take out a piece of all metal is valuable. Yours are. That's right. So let's take like a copper coin out of my purse, and I'll hand it to him.
The fear is replaced with greed.
Dirty 20 on the inside.
He is scared of his mind, but you do think he might know something.
Now, if this can be yours and another to match, if you can take me where this orb is.
Is that real metal, sir? He's like, it's not lost on you, the juxtaposition of this man, this young boy, basically salivating over a single copper piece. It's like, he's like, look, examining it, he's like, oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Oh, yes, sir. Quickly lead up. Yes. Yes.
Yes, I don't know where it is.
Yeah, so he kind of, you see him sort of make like the sigil and feel that sense you were being watched, just kind of slink away.
Okay.
As you say, yes, you are with us now. You will not. You are with us. You are friends of the MP district. Yes, I will take you to see the madam at Houseford. Yes, I shall take you to see her. And he begins to lead you. Come on, this way.
You want to insight this guy? And
Sure. 25.
He has been consumed by greed.
But he does have legitimate.
He seems to have a legitimateness to him, but you do also get the sense that like he is essentially he's going to do whatever he feels will get him more of the metal. He's very much looking at Lovold. He's kind of like, ooh, he's like, you know, his rich benefactors. Yeah, he's effectively been bought.
know that if you try to double cross us, you will die first.
Oh, no, sir.
Okay. Then follow.
All right. He leads you weaving and wandering through the empty districts, kind of almost on this, it's almost like wandering through the wilderness as you have to, but like at this urban environment, you're like duck here, climb over this, move over that. And it's a movement that you wouldn't be able to have done yourself. This would have taken you far longer to try to suss out. And as you get closer and closer to what appears to be sort of a compound, a walled cluster of buildings that gives off more of the impression of a fortress than any kind of like house, but maybe it was a mansion at some point. And you begin to detect magic. Not just that slow leeching, but there are wards. There is spells that have been laced around this compound.
Form.
Yeah, I can see it with the tree sight.
Yeah. Yes. Wait here. I shall ensure you are granted entrance. And kind of like,
Upon your return and safe entrance, I will give you 2 more coins.
Yes, sir. And he runs into the compound.
Spread out a little bit so we're not all in one clump.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
I'll take the rear. I'll be back at a significant distance.
Gordon had be alert, look around.
Yeah, I'll be looking with you behind.
There are people on the rooftops, and you can see the glint of they're snipers of something. Yeah, it's like crossing crossbows, and they're made out of what appears to be like animal skin and kind of bone and things like that. Yeah, but they look like they're pretty sharp, so they would still at least hurt although they don't look like they really know how to use them. Like they don't have that confident stance. So these look like it's more of a militia kind of deal than any kind of professional soldiers. But you spread out and you wait a little bit of time.
So if this were Mad Max, these are the guys guarding the walls of the refining camp.
Effectively, yeah. They've got armor, if you could call it that, of like, bug chitin. They've got bones, the straps of leather, piecemeal. They basically just cobbled together whatever they could to create themselves some arms and armor.
I love the book, though. I feel it's a whole vibe. We could, potentially make a style off of this. Athas fashion.
Athas punk.
Athas punk. I like it. Okay.
The young man returns. It's like, the lady is curious as to your proclivities, I think was what she said. So, yes, she wishes to speak with you. Yes.
Yep. I'll produce 2 coins.
2 copper coins.
Yes.
Yes. Very good day to you, sir. You see like a couple of guards like, hey, wait a minute. Like, all right. He
Nerix is just thinking about his bag of holding filled with, silver and gold and platinum floating in the astral sun somewhere.
And a burlap. All right. Enters.
Yeah.
Or knock on the door or whatever. It's not open. I'll just slow you up.
Well, you do see all of the. I think. We'll have some descriptive fun here. You see you can definitely see there are wards positioned all around the walls and doors, but you see they're kind of like okay, dim, as if to allow entrance, or at least they no longer seem like they might target you if you were to bypass them.
Okay.
But you also do notice that leeching is happening to them as well, and you get the feeling that given enough time they will fade and would have to be reapplied.
Well, I will. Is it portal there?
No, it's just a door that you can open up.
This is the door to the entire compound?
Yes.
Is this the compound?
Yes.
I will use my spear and knock on the door.
Okay. The door is opened by a human-sized in terms of height, but incredibly stocky and wide. It was sort of like if you can imagine a dwarf, but at the height of a normal human, kind of a giant dwarf size. Yeah. As he just and he is completely hairless. He's
Yo, Dems.
Yes, we're here to see the lady.
Madam Leyland Carr wishes to speak with you.
Leyland Carr.
I must warn you. What you will gaze upon may be startling, but I can assure you, she is a madam of good temperament. Need not ye judge a book by its cover, I believe is how they put it.
Lead on, giant hairless dwarf.
Yeah. As far as he's concerned, you said lead on, man. It'd be like, yeah.
Giant hairless dwarf.
Muscle baby. Muscle.
What is your name? Feet.
Feet.
This individual leads you into the compound where you can see there are many more figures such as what you saw up on the walls moving around. But Melf, your keen eyes note that one of them is currently kind of examining his crossbow. And as he does so, the bolt kind of just floats up and around his head as another one kind of just like moves itself in as he examines it. This kind of continues around. You also see a couple others who are sort of like staring intently at what looks to be some kind of ramshackle target that they set up out of animal skins. And then just something just slams directly dead center. Another guy just does the same thing.
I remember these guys.
Yeah, just stare at it.
Yes. Okay. All right.
But you are led to the largest of the buildings, what would have been the master's house. You get the feeling that this was a merchant's estate, a compound for a merchant house a long time ago. It has since been repurposed. But they take you to what would be the merchant lord's essentially home. And he opens the door and says,
The lady awaits inside.
All right. I'll step forward.
I'll be the last one in.
Entering into this dimly lit area, the immediate relief for that level fields of the sun not beating down on you is tremendous. It's still hot, but there's no more immediate sun coming down on you. It's just the heat that it has produced in the atmosphere. You get pulled into this room where you can see there are several individuals, again, kind of just like enjoying like the dinkiest cups you've ever seen of water, just savoring every tiny sip that they get out of them. Toying with a little bit of scraps of morsels of food that they're kind of dividing amongst one another. And you can also see that at the head, waiting for you, flanked on either side by two large statues that seem to not 100% be still, as they occasionally just sort of
Radiate magic?
They are emanating transmutation magic. There are also 4 skeletons that have been savaged by the desert winds and have been made very polished and clean, bleached by the sun, that stand at the ready, wielding wicked-looking bone-like scimitars. And at the head of this is a woman dressed in what you would imagine on this world is quite the regal attire, but to you would look more like lower middle class. But it's sort of chitinous fabric with sort of this burlap quality to it. Very sturdy, but it has this nice trim, and it love and care was put into it. It looks like something
Wool or cotton.
Yeah, it looks like something a rich merchant maybe would wear on this world that would keep them cool and protected from the heat. But the main thing that you notice is that her eyes are piercing green and her flesh seems to be falling slightly off the bone as she grins, showing a sort of a death head's face.
Welcome to House Vordon, strangers.
The Lich.
This is my... What can Leyland Ka do for you?
Is there magic emanating from just the being of this person?
Romancy.
What's with Athas and liches? I mean, last time we were here, you got the meteor swarm all queued up? Oh, no.
We come seeking the orb of Kalidnay for a very important mission.
Of course you do. Would I be correct in assuming you are not of this place?
You are very observant.
Wait, we give that observation.
Certain hints that found their way to me.
Yes, the young boy was quite explicit in his description of that one. Can I understand that you are seeking the orb because you have brought one of its brethren?
Which one of its brethren do you think we would have?
One of the others.
Could be one of those conversations.
They go fair. We are looking to unite these orbs, yes.
Ah, that is most unfortunate.
It was a 50-50 shot.
Do you say Oerth?
No. Unfortunate for whom? For all who do not wish to be beneath the heel of Kalidnay, the Sorcerer King. The orbs hold him prisoner here, and if united, that will free him. I am afraid I cannot let this orb us. Kalidnay rests beneath the ziggurat, gathering his strength.
We would be remiss to not tell you that, in fact, we were attempting a gamble. We need the orb to take out of here.
The orb is an object of great and evil power. It holds the will of Kalidnay, and its only goal in its creation and existence is to unite with the others and bring him once again to the forefront of Kalidnay. This orb remains with me so that it will not be used as such, and it will not leave me unless death take hold of me.
That sort of has taken.
Get them away.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, in that case, the bargain is done. Please hand over the orb.
Yeah, so hand over the orb. We will wait for them.
What if there was a way to take the orb out of this place?
Then it would become closer to uniting with its brethren.
Where are its brethren?
Scattered amongst the dunes.
The dunes
Here.
here.
The dunes of Athas.
Right. What if I took it away from, far, far away from the ziggurat into another domain?
There is no better place for it to remain than with me, for if others should acquire the orbs and find their way here, they will find me and I shall slay them. But if it is hidden elsewhere, where my eyes cannot see it, I cannot guarantee that Kalidnay would not return. It remains with me.
Have you considered a vacation, Buffett?
I have no need for such things. The ritual of the Kaisharga has left me immortal.
No, I mean seeing other places.
Well, that's interesting.
I have a sacred duty to withhold this orb from ever reaching anyone's hands beyond my own.
But what if you and the orb were to leave this drastic place where you could go to a land filled with metal?
What use have I for that? To abandon my people? I am the only one who cares for anyone beyond here. I was once a valued member of the Parted Veil.
Parted Veil was the organization you've met in Athas when the Weavebreaker was assisting them with overthrowing a Sorcerer King.
Now I am the last bastion of survival against Fakok Ann and her treachery, along with that of the Sorcerer King himself.
So this person was part of the Parted Veil.
Yes.
So they're good people. You gotta make it difficult, don't you? The Parted Veil.
Yes. An organization that opposes the Sorcerer Kings with middling success, but necessary.
You are familiar with how the Parted Veil began?
It was a long time ago.
And the boost that it received.
To be clear, that would have been well after she had been ejected here to Ravenloft, so she wouldn't know about the Weavebreaker.
Oh, so that didn't exist.
No, yeah, that organization that existed before he showed up.
Right, okay, never mind then. That's right, that's right. We're not actually on Athas.
So yeah.
Damn. If you are here to take the orb, you will leave, or I shall slay you where you stand. It is your choice to make.
Do you realize? Well,
It will never make it to Athas. They will never be reunited.
They don't know that.
For all we know, he's got the other ones. But let's just now.
Let's try
it could be.
I mean, I'm just saying.
And then with Kalidnay, but
Well, and so
here,
since you're on that train of thought, one could think that if the orbs hold him here, and his essence from beneath the sands, if he were to erupt forth, that might open a door out of Ravenloft.
So this might be a method he's trying to use.
indeed, yes, because he's essentially what he's doing. I figured he was gathering these resources to somehow like make a magic bomb to blow open the.
That would be a magic bomb.
Now, you don't know if he has the other orbs,
Right, but it would be a step in the right direction.
It'll be a step towards such a thing.
The other orbs would be on actual Athas.
Yes.
So to unite them would be impossible. So there's really not much threat to give him this orb.
Probably not.
What does this orb look like? Could you have it here? Could we just see it?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Well, she asked the question.
I am just wondering because... Do you explain what we did for the Parted Veil?
No, because it would be before her time.
After
After her time there, but still to prove that what we have done for her people. I want to establish some friendship.
Do you realize that you're not exactly on Athas anymore?
I believe we have entered the gray, the border of etherealness that encompasses the world of Athas.
Just
saying, we're trying to have a nice conversation here. Do you want to serve some water to the nice people? Like, shall we, relax a little? I mean, we come in peace, right?
No. Oh boy, that changes things. Sure.
I'm just saying, you've got the Bible.
Could I have a cup, lady?
I see no reason to treat you as anything other than thieves at this point.
Oh, that's a harsh word for any guest. Oh, I have a cup if you would like. Right. Okay. And I have my own at my belt. Huh? So I pull out my decanter of endless water from my belt, and I fill the cup that I offer her a glass of water.
I have long since removed my need for such things. That might be why they're so popular in Athas. One of the men will kind of come over and he'll just look at it, and the glass will float its way over to him, and he'll and it's sort of like a bit of a not a cheer, but like hey, all right,
Just saying, let's spread the wealth a little. Let's
welcome gift, but a foolish ordeal if you wish to obtain the orb.
Again, let me explain to you. You are not actually on Athas anymore.
Nor in its edges.
You have been removed from time and from that plane of existence. Therefore, this orb has been removed from Athas. It has no chance to reunite the other orbs.
If that is true, then all the better for it to remain here.
However, nothing from this domain or any other domain stuck within the mists can go back. But we do need the orb as part of a greater collection, not of orbs, but of other information to stop something that could end the very existence of these domains and other worlds. Including Athas. Now you are a dabbler and the weaver of mana. You can understand that immortality is not exactly this, because you have impairments and weaknesses that could end your existence. We are champions from other worlds, coming to defend existence. And although this might seem a little over the top, you would know that these kinds of multiverse things could exist. This is for the greater good. What can we give you for the orb?
I have sworn to keep this orb out of anyone's hands but my own. Your words do strike within me, and I feel we are allies of a sort. But unfortunately, I cannot do what you ask, and there is no price you can pay.
So you're not willing to come with the orb?
I will not abandon my people in their time of need.
How? I know you do not want to show us the orb. I am wondering if there is a way, because we need this to gain other information in trade that will help us save the multiverse. If there is a way to construct a very good replica, one that the greatest mages in the world would not be able to tell the difference.
That would also work.
The orb of Kalidnay has its own mind within. Replicating such a thing would be impossible.
I mean, impossible is a very strong.
This reminds me of a time in my youth. We had to do something similar to this. But what we did was we used the actual artifact at first, and then in the moment of detection and realization, we did a switch. It was risky, but the wizard could see the real orb and then swap it out for a replication that you couldn't make, Merrick's. And you combine
Such a plan would require me to give you the orb, it would seem, which I will not do.
Come with us, and then take the orb back with you, once the dupe has been made.
Your world's gonna be destroyed if you don't. Well, just says you're sitting on that.
Orb is removed. I thank you for your kindness and your words, but I have nothing left to speak with you about.
Fill your glasses if you like.
We are at an impasse.
I'll pay less water since we're
It's hard,
I'm going to stay as long as you like.
I'll just slosh a big old glass down, spill some water around.
But you'll notice that I am not drinking anything.
Stay as long as you like. Eat and drink. Enjoy your time.
I'll use my water to clean off the dirt off my boots.
With what remains of the potted veil here.
I mean, actually, just if you don't mind, as long as we're waiting here for a moment, I also do have, I fold out what folds out into a cauldron. If you would supply some water and mix it up, it's a cauldron of plenty, and just say, please, again, as long as we're here, we respect your people, what you have done. At least, please, you eat and drink. That we can correct. Not you. I mean, I get it. You don't do that. But your people, we wish we came at better times. Everybody
may join us, or you may take your leave at your leisure.
Yeah. But until then, of course, digitation, this stuff's pretty good.
And as you settle into this choice that you now must make, we'll see where that pans out in the next session.